Hello. Okay, we're shooting a PC build today, hence all the computer parts.
Let's undo it.
Okay, there's not gonna be any catchphrases, okay? And if they are, they come from me. This is Adam. Hi, Adam. Say hello to them and okay.
Hey, everybody.
Adam is somebody that I play video games with, and he's actually part of our little video game Three Musketeers. There's a third one of us here. Oh, there he is. You might remember Jimmy. One time we built a computer with Jimmy. See, these scrub friends of mine always have crappy PCs, and we're trying to do all kinds of degen stuff on the internet. So we got Jimmy outfitted a couple years back with a good rig. But now when we're trying to play with this guy, he's like, my computer's running too hot.
Well, we were playing, no more Borderlands 4
We were playing
crashes.
Borderlands 4, and like, it was a problem. Building PCs is expensive these days, and so I thought, ASUS wanted to do a video together. They sponsored this build, and I thought, I don't need another PC right now. Why don't we give it to somebody who does need a PC? One of my degen gamer friends. So Adam, you're gonna get outfitted with a whole new ProArt, ASUS ProArt build.
I've been dreaming about this moment for my entire adult life.
And Jimmy, you're here to help us film the thing, because last time you and I tried to do it by ourselves, it was hard. So you're gonna be camera operator today.
Additional shot, yeah.
How comfortable do you feel about that?
Scale of 0 to 10, solid 3.
Okay.
Go for 4.
Yeah.
Everybody ready?
Let's get undone.
Okay, fine, you can have that one. Gerald and Dunn. He's crazy. Adam, have you ever built a PC before?
Oh, yeah. No. No.
Oh, yeah.
Have not.
That was the other part, was like, why go through all this rigmarole? It's because you've never built a PC. And I feel like everybody should build a PC at least once in their life. You know?
Absolutely. And I was going to maybe 5 years ago or so, and I had a bunch of very tech gifted friends who were all trying to, at the same time, advise me on what I should build it with. And they couldn't agree with each other, and I got fed up with it. And I had this, because it's expensive stuff, and I was like, I'm going to do the wrong thing. So I bought a pre-build instead, which was, in fact, the wrong thing.
All right, so if you want to open up that box, put the motherboard on the box.
You get like a nice insert of that.
We got a little,
it's beautiful.
And then if we can always help them by like, look at that.
Oh my God.
That's the X870E.
That looks
ProArt.
better than real life.
I think that the ProArt motherboards look amazing. Especially I'm a sucker for like a blackout build.
Yeah, and the gold. What would you call it? Highlights, fringes, or something?
But if ever you have to like make a build around a scheme, sometimes you're choosing parts that are less than optimal.
Mm-hmm.
With the ProArt stuff, there's no compromises. You have like ultra high-end components that also fit the aesthetic.
It's the best of every.
It's win-win.
What did I say earlier? It's like I feel distinguished.
This is now you're a distinguished gentleman of the PC world. Yeah. Okay, what do you want to do first? We got an SSD, we've got RAM, and we've got a CPU.
Let's start with the RAM, because everyone knows that stuff is hard to come by.
Okay, it's true. So one of ASUS's partners, Kingston, sent over this Kingston Fury. What are we working with here? We got a 64 gig kit, so 2 32 gig DIMMs. Is that enough for what you do?
It's twice as much as I've ever had.
There you go. And this is 6,400 mega transfers per second, CL32. Seems like a good kit. You can see right here. See how it says DIMM A1, A2, B1, B2?
Are these also numbered?
That's not relevant.
Oh.
It's these. So usually what will happen is you want to put the ones together. Not A1 and A2.
Got you.
You want A1 and B1, and those will be like a dual channel, and then A2 and B2.
Maybe that's why Borderlands wouldn't run.
Maybe, yeah. You're running them both in single channel?
Yep.
Grab a DIMM, and...
Is this a DIMM?
Yep. They're keyed. One side is slightly longer than the other. And
by what, like a millimeter?
Yeah. But if you hold
I see.
If you hold it over top, you'll get a sense of where the divider is. And also you can pop these open first. Hang on.
I just want to see what the...
So say we do those two.
The divider kind of looks like it's in the middle. Oh, that means I'm doing it right. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be misaligned if it's wrong.
This is the hardest part, right?
It's not hard, but it's actually the most common issue, because people don't put them in all the way.
Okay.
And push until it clicks. Even pressure. And so see how this hasn't snapped in? So push more over here. Keep going. There you go. So that's a click. Yeah, that's good. That's what you got to do.
I got it.
And so then do the next one. Leave a space.
Now I'm going to get overzealous with the second one. We're going to go straight through it.
Thanks to Kingston for sending over the RAM and such times. Okay, so let's move on to either the CPU or the SSD.
SSD, that's the other one that scares me.
Okay.
Actually, they all scare me.
This is the one that I would consider to be the most fragile.
That is the scare, yeah. Do we have to do the thermal paste thing?
Usually it's pre-applied on the coolers.
Oh, okay.
Okay, nice. So this SSD is provided by Western Digital. This is their WD Black SN8100, which is like, I don't know, some crazy read speed. I'm sure it's written on the box. 14,900 megabytes a second.
What does that mean?
It means
What can I do?
anything. I mean, I don't know how you would ever saturate that. You know, like 2.5-inch SSDs that people used to use? I mean, still use?
Yeah.
Those were like at top, maybe like 500 megabytes a second. Hard drives before that were like 70 or 100 megabytes a second. This is 15,000 megabytes a second.
They just make these numbers up.
Exactly.
It's not, it doesn't mean
Now, if you had two of them and you were transferring large files, I mean, you might see that. But this is faster than your internet connection. This is faster than the video games, like more data you need to load from a video game. So this is overkill. You'll be fine. And it's 2 terabytes too. So you should be laughing.
I'm gonna need a knife.
Oh, sure.
I'll make a mess of it. So how have you been? What have you been up to? I feel like Gerald's got one of the best audiences on YouTube. I always love reading the comments on his videos because everyone is so like well informed and polite to one another, which is you never.
Okay, here you go. Some SSDs will come with like a really high established heatsink already on it, where other ones will just be the circuit board. And so if you just have a circuit board, you have to apply your own heatsink. This is quite low profile, and that's impressive. There's a button. The actual ASUS thing is actually a button. If you press it down, you will see
this in the back.
Yeah, press the ASUS button down and then pick that up. So
Surprisingly heavy.
So see how on the bottom, if you show that,
What is it for?
there's a pad here for transferring the heatsink. You would peel off this sticker. Let's say like the circuit board that's under here, you would stick it onto the chips on the circuit board. And then when the chips get hot, they would transfer the heat through here. And then that's how you would do that. Something else to consider. Depending on the chipset and the CPU and the board, it might be like this one shares lanes with this, or this shares lanes with that. So you want to make sure that you're not limiting your GPU or limiting your SSD by putting them in the same sort of path.
This is why I didn't build my own computer, man.
But usually with these boards, like I said, it's easy. Stick the SSD here, stick the GPU there.
So we're going to slot that in there rather than, and this will go elsewhere. This seems like such a nice.
It is nice, and it obviously fits the aesthetics. But I think this will actually fit the aesthetics reasonably well. Nicely done. You slot it in to
that side first.
Yeah, that's low profile. If it can handle that throughput and everything, and do it all in that design, that's pretty cool.
Distinguished.
So for the processor, you've got an AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D. That might just mean gibberish to you, but the X3D suffix, if you will, is like, hey, I like to game.
Okay.
Because the type of
3 dimensions.
Exactly. It's for 3D gaming, you know. 2D gaming be gone. Yeah. No, it's the type of cache that these use that are it actually says right here, like 3D V cache technology. It's proven to have better performance in certain gaming scenarios. Now, the other parts, like I said, I find everything to be pretty robust. The only thing that is fragile is pins. And
you can bend it. I've heard about that, bending pins.
So there's a difference on AMD and Intel boards, which is where the pin's located. The pins are located on the motherboard, and you brick the whole motherboard. Other times the pins are located on the CPU, and you brick the CPU.
Which is
don't
worse.
bend pins in either, you know, is the idea. There's a triangle right there. So if you put that triangle on that triangle, and you do not need to push it down. You just kind of set it and give it a little bit of wiggle until it feels like it would sort of fall into place. Put your little flappy back down. Go ahead.
Oh my God, that just popped up.
Yeah, keep going.
We want that to
keep going. And then hook it under.
Are you sure?
And then just pull that out.
Oh,
that releases the thing by putting it in.
That's so cool.
So ASUS sent over the ProArt PA602 case. I have done a build in one of these cases, but this is the new wood one. So it's actually got some nice, you're talking about being distinguished.
It's bad.
My last PC was a ProArt build, but you got even more ports than I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 gig ports, which is great. And then there's a standard one here, which is also used for the BIOS. And then you have 3 USB-C ports as well, which is pretty wild. 20 gigs, 40 gig USB-C port, fully loaded. And so there's all these little standoffs, but this middle one here, which corresponds with like, you know, line it up on the board, it'd be like that one. That one retains it because see how it's got like a little nipple on it?
Yep.
So all the other ones need to be screwed down, but as long as you get that nipple on,
I know how to spot a nipple.
It'll hold it in place. And then your IO needs to get here. So the IO needs to get there, and then that middle one's got to click in there to kind of hold it in place.
So that middle one's got to line up to this thing?
That goes there for nipple. Put the nipple in there, okay? Yeah. And put the IO in here. And this, by the way, this is easier than it used to be. IO shields used to not be attached to the motherboard, and you'd have to like put them on this side, and you'd just be free balling it over here. This is all
So you're giving me story mode.
It's all built. Yeah, it's story mode. It's easy.
There it is.
Find the nipple.
I see it. I see the nipple.
All right, and then it might just need just a little bit of pressure. Let's see. There you go. And then so you take
That made me sweat a little bit.
you take your little baggie of screws. Tip, in case you're new to screwing, once you get in the hole, screw it the wrong way, and then screw it the right way.
Really?
Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah.
So if you happen to have a slight misalignment with the screw going in, because say it's like this, and you just wrench it in, you might not be lined up with the threads. So if you screw it the wrong way first, it skips it until the threads are lined up, and then you screw it in properly every time. Just do like a quarter turn the wrong direction, and then go the right direction. You'll never strip a screw again.
All right, but don't tell my wife.
There you go. Ronnie Dangerfield building a PC over here. You're right.
That's such a nice little life hack.
So for the cooler, we've also got a ProArt component, so you'll get matchy-matchy. This is the LC420.
My brother's initials.
LC,
LC.
not 420. These fans are actually really good fans. One, they're industrial Noctua fans. Noctua is like the top brand of fans. Generally, the sticker kind of tells you which way the fans blow. So since we all have the radiator on top and we want to exhaust out, we want to be seeing no sticker on the bottom, and the sticker is going to be covered and the air is going to blow up this way.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
And we want to kind of think about these too, because they're all going to have to be routed and plugged in.
Yep.
So we don't want them just like all going in different directions. We probably want to funnel them into like maybe a common area.
Sure.
And
Does this come off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then we're going to transfer the heat through this thing. So put it down on there. Try to line up all 4 holes with the 4 pegs at once before you apply any downward pressure, okay? And those are more than just thumb screws. I think they have a Phillips on top, because this is the one where you do want pressure. So yeah, we'll get the screwgee now, and we'll push down, and we're going to alternate. We're going to go on the one side and then the opposite corner, and you're going to want to...
Just like tuning a drum.
Exactly. And it's all about trying to get...
Even tension.
Yes. And lots of it. So for power supply, we've got the ASUS TUF 1000-watt gold rated, right? Yeah. Great power supply. Thank you, ASUS. Let's stick it in. Yeah, let's give a hand to Jimmy here. He's doing pretty well as a camera operator. I'm looking at his shot here. Not too bad.
It looks fantastic.
Good job, Jimmy. So little story about the graphics card. Obviously, we're in the 5000 series now of NVIDIA GPUs. And ASUS was nice to send along one of their 5070s. And when I talked to Adam, I gave him a little bit of a spoiler on the build, because I said, if you want, you can have a 5070. But since I knew that you were going to be trying to like do some max gaming and stuff, I was like, the 5070 will have advantages when it comes to new, like the latest gen technology stuff. But I think if you want just raw horsepower, I do have an ASUS TUF 4090 on the shelf. Your choice. You know what I mean? Like your choice. Do you want a 5070 or 4090? And you said 4090. So you're going to lose on the latest, greatest generative whatever. You're going to get more frames per second on this one. But that's why people were asking, why is he doing a build in 2026 without a
50 series?
With a 50 series? It's because I got a 4090. 4090 beats 5070. But thank you to ASUS for sending over the 5070.
Thank you, ASUS.
It's cool. But
I appreciate being given the choice too.
Yeah. The cool thing too is the tough stuff blends well visually with the ProArt stuff, because it's all like dark gray and black and stuff.
The same. Yep. Wow.
Slick looking, right? And it matches your power supply now too. So as you can see, it is using the new like 12-pin power connector. But if your power supply only provides the old ones, they provide this, which goes in here. And then you need 4 conventional power leads to juice up this one thing. But that shows you how much more power can be carried through that.
Yeah.
Okay, opinions on building a PC.
Oh, it was extremely cool. I mean, it helped that all of the pieces are so functional and like elegant. So everything's slotted into itself quite well. But like the actual practice of it, I think if I tried to do that by myself, it would not have gone super well. But now that I've done it once with such capable hands helping me out, yeah. No, I don't want to go do it again tomorrow.
I would. I enjoy it.
Yeah. But this has been amazing, man. I in honor of this wonderful favor done by Gerald, the first thing I'm going to do with this machine is play his favorite game on it, which is The Witcher 3.
Fascinating story. Any chance you're nearing the end?
And in honor of The Witcher 3 being your favorite game,
Oh, that's cool. Do you have any Witcher fans in the audience?
Hopefully. I'm sure we do. Oh, yeah.
That's really cool.
Dude, he looks
Oh wow,
great.
it's like actual. I thought it was gonna be like
hard.
you can't crack it, but no, like the Jimmy, you got a whole new job now. Now you're shooting figurines. These things, like I think they're actually like pleated leather or whatever. You know what I mean? They're like studded leather. That's dope, man.
Right on, man. I didn't expect it.
It's my
to be
name.
that.
He's my namesake.
Yeah, exactly. As I'm reading the books right now, and characters often confuse it and call him Gerald.
Yeah. Well, that's very kind of you. Let's see if your computer turns on.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah.
Before you thank me too much.
Let's test it.
This is an ASUS monitor. This is a ProArt 32 UCG monitor. It's a couple years old now, but when it came out, it was like the God monitor. It's like 4K 120, Dolby Vision, HDR, whatever. Mm-hmm. Since I know you're in need of a monitor that would fit this build, we're going to send you home with this monitor too. But whenever you're ready, you have the honors, you press that power button.
Okay.
There. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Posted.
Yeah.
And look at that.
Like
Pretty
magic.
BIOS. Okay. Obviously, I'll get Windows installed and do a couple of things for you, but
Yeah.
it is running. Any final thoughts? Anything you want to say to the people of the world?
Have you ever? Do you know Damn Daniel? Remember that guy? He's like, "Damn Daniel, look at those jeans," or whatever. The kid, he would always film his buddy.
I don't think so.
Anyway, they went on Ellen once, and
So you have final thoughts. You breaks into a long story.
and Ellen treats the friend who always films
Yeah.
to a new surfboard.
Okay.
And you got to look this up because it's so funny. This kid is just like this, surfer elementary school kid. And she's like, "Look what we've got for you." And he like looks over his shoulder and sees the surfboard coming and just looks completely the most dumbfounded thing you've ever seen. And that is how I feel at the moment.
What? No way. Now put this in your car and don't break it.
All right. Okay. And comment.
Yeah.
No.
What was that?
No.
What do you want him to do?
Comment below.
What do you want him to comment?
What do you think I should do with this machine?
Okay. Best uses of this machine. Let them know in the comments below. Okay. Do you want to do the sign off?
Yeah, and I want to also thank our friend Jim.
Yeah. Jimmy.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to close out the video?
I've already exhausted all of my thoughts. I think a little rain's gonna slow me down. He put it in his own rain. What an idiot. I never need to leave this apartment again.